KRS 160.460 and 160.470. In addition, to set the tax rate at 62.6 cents per $100 of assessed value on personal property per KRS 160.460, 160.470, and 160.473. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5B, to approve the change order number 1 for Clark Morris Middle School. We discussed this at our last work session. Does anybody have any questions about it? If I can get a motion then to approve change order number 1 for Clark Morris Middle School for a credit amount of $9,732.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Burford. Do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5C, to approve the change order for the Phillips Building renovation project. We also had long discussions about this project at our last work session. Does anybody have any questions? No? Then if I can get a motion to approve the change order for the Phillips Building renovation project in the amount of $172,900 as presented.
So moved. Second.
So moved by Ms. Cobb, second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We're moving right along. Next on our action agenda, item 5D, to approve the CSM metal deck PO. Do you want to talk about it?
I'll be glad to do that. This is the metal decking for our Phillips Building project. Again, part of what we kind of discussed at a work session. Going ahead and ordering this product will make sure that we avoid any delays in shipping or any issues there. We'll go ahead and get it on site. Then, once the project is approved, because we still have to put it out to bid, they'll have the material on site to be able to install. So it should speed the whole piece up.
Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to approve the CSM metal deck purchase order for the Phillips Building renovation in the amount of $44,503 as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5E, to approve the architect for the MKA renovation project. This is pretty straightforward. We've got a project coming up for some renovation. So we just need a motion to approve Klottfeltner Samakar to provide architectural design services for the Madison Kindergarten Academy renovation project.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5F, to approve a construction manager. This is to approve a construction manager for the project at Madison Kindergarten Academy that we discussed at our last meeting. Do I have any questions? Not, if I can get a motion then to approve Trace Creek Construction as the construction manager for the Madison Kindergarten Academy renovation project.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5G. This is to ratify a full-time district-wide education paraeducator.
So
There's-
this is an additional paraeducators needed in, specifically right now in one of our MSD or FMD classrooms due to student excessive needs on students' IEP. However, the student has a shortened school day, so the reason we're doing district-wide is because sometimes students come in, they go out, and so we want to be very transparent in that this will be a position that will be moved as student needs move. And currently it's a need 4 days a week in one school, but we have another need in another school on the opposite day. So that's what we're wanting to do. We want to have that flexibility.
Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion to create and ratify a full-time district-wide, am I on G or H? They're the same, aren't they?
G.
I'm on G.
You're on G right now.
A full-time district-wide education paraeducator position. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Cobb, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I got ahead of myself and was reading this. It's essentially the exact same thing as item 5H, to create and ratify a full-time district-wide MSD FMD teacher. Any questions on this? So if I can get a motion then to create and ratify a full-time district-wide MSD FMD teacher.
So move.
So moved by Ms. Burford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5A, to create and ratify a full-time LBD teacher at MKA.
This is due to student needs, student numbers. You know, when we do this, every year, we cut our staff back as small as we can, and then based on the IEPs and where those students end up, we always have to add a few positions back in, so.
Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to create or ratify a full-time LBD teacher at Madison Kindergarten Academy.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5J. This is to approve 3 emergency teacher certifications. Pretty self-explanatory.
It is, and we're running into situations where in some areas, we're having difficulty finding folks who are fully certified in those areas, specifically math and science. And the folks you have here either have a teaching certificate in another area or a similar area, just not that grade level, or they have a bachelor's degree in that area. So this is approved emergency certification.
Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to approve emergency certification for 1 middle school science teacher at Clark Morris Middle School, 1 middle school science teacher at B. Michael Caudill Middle School, and 1 high school math teacher at Madison Southern High School.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5K, to create and ratify 2 athletic site managers. You want to talk?
This is very similar to what we did at Madison Southern. Each of our high schools, with the number of events and our requirement through the KHSAA to have someone on site at athletic contests designated as a site manager. Sometimes it's difficult to have our folks, such as our ADs or principals, spread out among that many different games venues and so forth. So these are paid for. We do create a couple of these spots at each high school. They're paid for through their athletic funds, so it's no cost to the district or to the general fund, but it's $1,500 apiece. So,
Does anybody have any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to create and ratify 2 athletic site manager positions at Madison Central High School at $1,500 stipend each, paid for through their athletic funds.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5L, to create and ratify 2 assistant football coach positions. And I believe these are at Madison Central High School with a stipend, again, to be paid for with the football athletic account. Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to create and ratify 2 assistant football coach positions at Madison Central High School at $1,099 stipend each, to be paid from the football athletic account.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5M, to create and ratify part-time assistant band director. This is a position at Madison Southern High School, paid for by those band boosters. Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion to create and ratify a part-time assistant band director position at Madison Southern High School, paid for by the boosters.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5N, to approve the renewal of Imagine Learning, which used to be Ingenuity. I never can say that right.
Ingenuity.
Ingenuity. Is there any questions? If not, then, if I can get a motion to approve renewal of Imagine Learning for $64,713 as presented.
So move.
So moved by Ms. Burford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any, meeny, miny, moe. Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5O. This is the final reading of policy 03.123 and 03.223. Any questions? No. If I can get a motion then to approve the final reading of policy 03.123 and 03.223.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 5P, and that's to authorize the superintendent to approve use of charter bus.
We have, within policy, there's the option for us to use common carriers. A charter bus may or may not fall under that. There's a little bit of question as a precaution. We've always approved, had the board actually approve the use of charter buses. Currently, with our bus driver shortage situation, we're able to cover all of our routes, but it is taxing, and we have no extra drivers to be able to pull off routes. We have some athletic contests that come up from time to time where the team needs to depart before our afternoon routes are done. And if that's the case, we're simply wanting the option for us to be able to use a charter bus, and you all would just allow me to make that decision. So you would authorize superintendent to approve that when necessary in the event of a bus driver shortage. I really don't anticipate that happening very often at all. We did have the situation this past Friday where that occurred, where Madison Central had played in Johnson County. So that was a pretty good drive. They had to leave as soon as school was out, and didn't want to take drivers off routes, so they did get charter buses to do that. So this is what we're requesting.
Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to authorize the superintendent to approve use of a charter bus for in-state athletic competitions during the 2023-2024 school year.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is comments from the board.
I will say that the new turning lane at Kingston works very well. You can get about 8 cars lined up, so it makes things a whole lot nicer.
Yes, we appreciate all our folks that worked on that.
Yes.
Thank you. Yep.
I will say I enjoyed doing first day school visits, although I didn't go in for the long haul. I was there for part, and it was so nice. Everybody was so positive, so enthusiastic. The kids were happy to be back. And overall, I think it was a pretty smooth start. So it proves the hard work that's been done by the teachers and the administration to get ready. The schools looked amazing. Our custodial staff have just done an amazing job. So, and thank you to the bus drivers. We got everybody home on time. It was a good day. Any other comments? If not, if I can get a motion then to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We're adjourned.
How's that, fellas, for getting you to supper?